What's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to be showing you how to install a set of OEM style fender flares on my 01 GMC Sierra 1500. As you can see, there's some cancer, maybe a little more than some. I'm going to try to cover up with these things. There's multiple different styles. The installation instructions will be basically the same for all of them, except for the ones that actually have the rivets or the ones that you do need to drill into the truck. These ones are just held on by plastic clips and 3M sticky tape. So we'll go ahead and get started. If you have the factory wheel flaps like I do, you'll need to remove those to start. And for those, you'll need a 13mm socket to get this bolt out. There's one here and then one on the other side as well, and you will need to reinstall that bolt after we remove the flap because it bolts to this here fender support rod. If you do not have wheel flaps on your truck, then you can go ahead and skip forward a ways. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to remove the wheel flaps right now. So I'm using a cordless impact. You can obviously use a ratchet as well, or a wrench, worst case scenario, but here's the 13 mil. Ooh, I don't like that. Might have to use some penetrating oil and a little bit of heat to get that puppy moved. Alright, so what's happening here is when I go to try to loosen that bolt there, basically it just tries to twist this whole rod because that's what it threads into. So I'm going to try and use a little bit of propane torch here. I'm just going to heat up, trying not to melt the mud flap. Not that it really matters because they're getting removed anyway, but I'm going to heat up around the bolt here and then put a vice grip on this rod and try to loosen it up again. Moment of truth. Look at that. Little heat goes a long way. So now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now that the hard part's done, don't forget to remove your vice grip. Alright, now as I said, the one bolt on each rear wheel flap is the only bolt that there is to remove. So the 2 bolts total, that's it. The rest is held on by plastic clips, and that does include the front wheel flaps. As you can see, they're all plastic push clips. So to remove those, you kind of got a few options. The easiest probably would be to get the specialty tool. This is just like a panel trim pin popper. You kind of sneak this in there. This one it won't work so great on because it's got the 2-piece design. What I'll probably end up doing is using the flat or side cutter here. And you want to get underneath. You don't want to snip it in half, which I guess it doesn't really matter because the kit that I have comes with new push pins, but I like to try to save them if possible. Kind of get under them. You're not really squeezing. Like I said, you don't really want to cut it. You just want to kind of pull, pry outward like that, and then your piece goes flying, you lose it. And once you get the centering piece out, you should be able just to pull the second portion off. And we're going to do that for the remaining plastic clips for all the wheel flaps. You could also probably use a flat blade screwdriver for this if you absolutely had to. It's just not the most ideal method. You can see I got a little hot there with the torch. There's one down. Now when you remove the rear wheel flaps, make sure to put this bolt back in so your fender's not flopping in the wind. Ta-da! Gonna have to clean all this rubbish off. Rears are off, moving on to the front. Now if you'll notice the fronts, I know it's kind of hard to see because my wheel well is dirty, but there's a clip that holds, there's multiple clips that holds the actual inner splash guard in, and then there's the clips that hold just this one here and this one here, that holds just the wheel flap on. Looks like this one here doubles. It holds the wheel flap and the splash guard on, so you have to remove this one, and this one, but we should not have to remove these two right here. Should be able to kind of fish this out. So naturally I had to go and make a fool out of myself. I got all three of those clips removed, only to find out that the steer or the front flaps do indeed have a 13mm bolt that holds them on. So now we gotta go ahead and try to get that off. These ones came a little easier, did not have to heat it up. And there we go. Another one bites the dust. Now we will need to take the bottom one that we removed and stuff this back in so your splash guard's not flopping all over the place. So to put these clips back in, they're pretty much vice versa. Remove them. I'm just gonna pinch this together and make sure to get it through there, as well as the hole in the actual sheet metal. Push it all the way in, and then take the little center pin, and it's kind of directional. You can see it's like an oval shape. It'll only go one way. Sometimes those take persuasion. That one went all right. All right, so now to the other front axle flap. Little rubber bushing piece here, isolator, and off with the final one. Again, don't forget to put the 13mm bolt back in and the plastic push clip. All right, that's all four wheel wells, or sorry, all four wheel flaps removed. Losing daylight here, so I think I'll pick it up tomorrow for better video quality. All right, so we got all four wheel flaps off. I didn't wash the truck, so I'm going to use just a wet towel to kind of wipe all the crud off where the 3M tape's going to go. All the rust and all the mud is going to go. And make sure to dry it. Alright, so they say to use some alcohol wipes where the adhesive's going to go. I'll try to put a link in the description where you can get something like this. I just happen to have these laying around. They're little dinky ones, but I'm hoping they'll do. Again, just kind of go along where you think the adhesive 3M tape is going to go. And this should dry on its own. Shouldn't have to wipe it off. And voila. Alright, so we're going to leave the 3M tape covering on for now. We're going to make sure that we have the one that says RL, which is rear left, because that's the one we're on. I've already gone and done the alcohol wipes and towel on all four corners just to save you some time. I'm going to line things up. Start with just one of these little pine tree, what I call them, panel clips. Put it in one of the holes, and we'll work our way to the other side. Throw one in there just to hold it in place. And then you just push this in like that. Man, alright, so if you're like me and half your fender is rusted out and that's the whole reason you're doing this, you're obviously not going to be able to put clips in the whole top half because the holes are gone. So you're only going to have a couple on the front and the rear. So we're going to go ahead and put the rest on this side. Alright, so I messed up. I pulled the clips back out real quick just to show you this. You're gonna come in. You're gonna want to peel just a little bit of the tape covering off so that's sticking out the outside of the fender flare, so you can peel it after you get the clips in. So I got the one front one still in. There's 3 pieces of tape, one in the back, one in the front, one on the top. Make sure they're all sticking out just a little bit. Now we'll put clip back in. And you can see that it's still sticking out a little bit. To make sure that everything looks good. And then you kind of peel it back. Pull the rest off. And now make sure you get your little divot lined up. Push to get the 3M tape to stick. Same on the back. And ta-da! Rust be gone. Alright, now to save time, the steps are the same on the other side, so I'm not going to show you how to do the other side. We're going to go ahead and move to the front now. Alright, so we're at the left front here. I already cleaned it up again. Peeled it back just enough. We're going to take 2 plastic pine tree clips this time, because they give us 6. And this truck's been in a fender bender too, so I'm not sure how well everything's going to line up. Oh, there goes one. Gone forever. Thanks, bro. Help. So on the fronts here, the splash guard gets in the way, so you either have to pull these clips off and fold it back, or you can get like a flathead screwdriver or a needle nose like I'm doing and just kind of peel it back to get the flare behind it to get the holes lined up. Alright, so I got this peeled back, got the first 2 started, got the third one here lined up. Just keep working our way around. Can't get that one. Go.
Just like peeling sunburn.
Hmm?
Just like peeling sunburn.
That was bad.
Or peeling, never mind.
You have to do like a music overlap in this scene.
See, this is what I was worried about. We'll see how well that holds.
You got any sound effects?
Probably get one.
Yeah, let me just make one for you.
Alright, so like I said, this fender's a little botched, so it doesn't seal perfect, but the overall fitment is pretty good for a $150 set of plastic fender flares. I'm happy enough with them. They cover up the rust, makes the truck look a lot better in my opinion. All that's left is the rusty rockers now. So if this video helped you out, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.